in order to get full value out of it. And if you fall behind, it can be dangerous. So I think I like the high risk, high reward strategy here coming in from ONIC. Great execution in order to get full value out of it. And if you fall behind, it can be dangerous. So I think I like the high risk, high reward strategy here coming in from ONIC. I'd love to see, man. EVOS, they have the tools available to really slow down the game. They have the scouting from the Novaria as well. It's not technically a done deal just from the drafts.
The question is, do they have enough bully potential to try and shut down ONIC's plan from the early game? Because that's going to be key in order for them to find a win. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 of the Rumble in the Jungle. ONIC versus EVOS Glory and the Roger in the jungle. We'll see if it works out this time around as we get straight into it.
Instant retry from Kyrie to go and clear this out. Interesting choice.
I think he's banking on being able to clear a lot faster right here and go immediately with the backup of his allies to the opposite side. But no, he's going for a normal clear for now. So already kind of a different start from what we're expecting. But if you look at the lanes, of course, when it comes to wave clear, ONIC has a huge advantage. But EVOS, they have a Novaria. They can clear fast and more importantly, clear safely. So that is something that EVOS do have at their disposal. Clockun with the Rupture as well, having good penetration. We've already explained why it's so good on a Novaria with such high base damage early on in the game.
There's a possibility that he was also like anticipating an invade that was to come, and therefore he wanted to get out as fast as possible. He was also able to get a jungle out of the enemy as well, but it seems like it has been mirrored by Annabelle. Keyboy does see it though, so that's information given for his team.
Yeah, for the most part, I think the retry start was because he's level 1. You do struggle quite a bit with just level 1, clearing it out. Albert, though, going to be engaged on, has the Vengeance to reset, but will fall to the hands of Annabelle with a great gank up top.
That was very well timed by Annabelle, knowing that Albert will try and abuse the power spike to try and get a lead early on, to try and bully Brands, but it gets countered by that gank. So already a great start for EVOS. We'll see what they can do with it, though. Especially with the first turtle coming up. Usually, this is where the fighters just really want to be active.
Okay. It doesn't look like any of the teams are approaching it just yet. We can see some play coming through from Suns here in the bottom side of the map, looking to regain control over the neutral objective. Both jungles are on the same level at the moment. Annabelle is a level ahead now, though. Does it seem like ONIC want to go for a contest?
It's very risky if they do. Now, EVOS Glory who hold the turtle around. A penalty zone onto the back. Annabelle going to be shredded down. Sans with the last Insanity stolen away. Now Kyrie jumps in with the Lycan form. Lupi going to blow up. Flickers out the safeties. Kyrie finds the retreat, and now Dreams will also be chased down by an X-Borg, but it's not the X-Borg that is on their team. It is Sans with the IMU. 2 for 1. Sans, the recall cancelled. Dreams gets out.
And look at the asset right here. 3 debut picks for ONIC, coming out with a completely unprecedented strategy, and they're making great work of it. Knowing that they have to try and pull the trigger, make the first move, they destroy Annabelle in that turtle contest. And on the other hand, a debut pick for Brands as well. We'll see. If the game gets long enough, he will have the damage available to really shred down all of these fighters from the side of ONIC. But they need to reach that late game first before they can even attempt it.
See, here's the thing. Many people have speculated that they have utilized ONIC as a guinea pig, quote unquote. So they've been trying new strategies against ONIC with the assumption that, hey, if it works with ONIC, then it should work with every other team because, quote unquote, ONIC has been the strongest team. But it looks like now ONIC have completely turned it around. They're utilizing the White Tigers now as their guinea pigs, trying to figure out whether or not this particular strategy works. And so far, they do have a little bit of a gold lead. If this can stay consistent or not, we'll still have to see. But Dreams right now, he's getting chunked quite low already as we take a look at the in-game equipment.
The feather completed for Brands will spike his output for by quite a bit, but not enough to really be the deciding factor here in the fights. Especially because we saw earlier, even Annabelle with all his healing, all his sustain and his tankiness, is unable to really survive for longer than a few seconds, let alone Brands. So he'll have to still stay patient for a bit. And Kyrie now with the War Axe means that the chase potential is becoming more and more of a concern for EVOS. They have to try and make sure they slow the game down as much as possible and maintain control, maintain their turrets available so they have safe zones to run back to.
No, for EVOS Glory, it's just difficult for them to even enter the vicinity of the turtle. They cannot enter the top side river. And now it's a free turtle once again for ONIC.
But remember, this is a ticking time bomb for ONIC. Do you not agree? I mean, they have the Novaria. They also have Brands on the Natan. So I would say that ONIC would want to push the gas as fast as they can.
I would assume that they're trying to go for some more dives, some more turrets. This kind of strategy is very strong in the early game, but that's where they need to be active. That's where they have to try and get someone, shut someone down on the opposing team and go for these turrets, man. Because, like you mentioned, Eterna, let's say this goes to 13, 14 minutes. A Novaria and a Natan, how are you supposed to siege turrets when your longest basic attack comes from a Roger, right? So this is where they have to try and be active. And generally, I think the tempo really gets pushed at 7 to 8 minutes. For my opinion, I think that's where ONIC will really start pushing EVOS around, forcing them into engagements.
They have to. They have to at this point. Here in the bottom lane, though.
He gets the healing. Kyrie's chasing him down. Dreams. Whoa. I'm offended. Over to him. Oh my god, the combos. Albert picks up the kill and the Thunder Belt too.
Well, we'll see, man. That's EVOS losing one member, but in the end, it's still just Dreams, right? It's still not really a difficult situation for EVOS to bounce back from. Their main carries are relatively safe right now, but look at this dive.
Full-on dive, the reset. Brands gets splashed by Sans' damage. And ONIC picks another kill up. Another pick on the map.
Slowly but surely, this is ONIC. They're looking to try and inhibit that late game presence that Brands can offer on the Natan. A good pick off here in the 6th minute of the game. Looks like EVOS want to look for something similar.
Wow, last Insanity now with the Bloom. Ludwig gets enough HP, but Annabelle goes in with the triples. What the heck? Ludwig just flickers out of it. Perfectly done. EVOS a bit hesitant on that dive. Dreams dashing forward, looking for the I'm offended on Sans, but he is able to get up for now. Flickers out the safety, steals away the entropy. And they reset the turtle.
Bit slow, slowing back down right here. The EVOS are doing a great job of trying to go for exchanges instead of meeting ONIC in a full-on fight, but now that might change.
Annabelle, no. Spear of Alpha uses it defensively. Sans with a big splash once again to zone them away, and it's another no! Clocken! All the way from the orange buff, steals it away.
The Novaria, man, you can never let your guard down in these particular cases. Glocken was able to steal it away. Kyrie didn't use his retribution there. Very interesting. But they do get a trade. They do get a turret in the top side to try and find something down. But Natan, Brands already looking for the next one here in the bottom side of the map.
Ooh.
They know Lutpi's coming. They can't go for it.
Penalty zone, not connecting. Annabelle still has the Spear of Alpha to escape. A good Astral Echo. Annabelle decides to go on the Sans. That's a combo right there with Dreams getting a 4-man. I'm offended, but a final slash will be dodged away from Brands. Has the entropy, kiting back. 1-for-1, the mid lane for the jungle. Traded.
Uncharacteristically, that's ONIC trying to move to adjust to EVOS. And EVOS have full control over the mid lane. They might get the turret as well. What a disaster. A bad sequence of events for ONIC. And now, the goal advantage has been equalized, and EVOS are actually equalizing in the map control as well. Without the vision, without areas where EVOS can be punished, ONIC will struggle to really find winning fights the longer this goes.
Yeah, it's looking risky at best here for ONIC. If it keeps coming down like this, Brand's going to be able to get another turret in the top side unpunished.
Looking at the player's gold by Ube's gold, Brands is still all the way on top, and Albert is matching him, but of course it's a fighter up against a marksman. So ONIC, you have to really wonder what's the idea right here. They've tried to rotate around, but they're losing in mobility due to how EVOS are just cutting their angles, knowing that they do have information. They do have Astral Spheres and Astral Echoes to try and scout for dangers. So that allows them to move around the map a lot more confidently compared to ONIC.
The thing is Brand's ready for a team fight at this point of the game? 9 minutes, right? We're 9 minutes. When we talk about Natan, it's always quote-unquote late game hero, needs items to scale. Is he there yet?
I think right now, with one more item, I think he would be a real threat. But now, even if they go for a fight, as long as Brands doesn't get picked off first, if he can stay in the back and free hit, I think they have a good chance of really coming out on top here.
There you go. That's the Holy Crystal that he needs. That's the power spike that Arashi was saying. Albert gets pulled back. A 3-man penalty zone. That's 4-man. Brands Entropy back, but Ludpi gets shredded down before. Kyrie, he goes back to the Lycan form, but gets pulled back by the X-Borg. Annabelle slices him down. Keyboy flickers defensively. Clockun is chasing them down. Throws out a shot, and EVOS Glory. They've taken the Lord, first Lord in the game, to the White Tigers.
Beautiful, beautiful timing there. Beautiful collapse as well. Brand's gonna be able to steal the blue, the purple away as well as the Dreams goes in.
Whoa! Now resound the Vengeance. Spear of Alpha not connecting Brand's Entropy. Looking to go for that turret, but the final slash from Albert will send him back to the Entropy that he placed back. We finally have a few moments here to talk about the game, how it's going. It's not going too well for ONIC, is it?
It's a 3K gold lead for EVOS right now.
And it's on a scaling Natan.
Yep.
And a scaling Novaria, keep in mind.
Yep.
I think this is the problem right here. It was a big, quite the...
Watching the English broadcast.
Whoa.
As we get into the Land of Dawn.
Boom.
Take us in.
Oh my god.
Here we are. 11 minutes have passed. The Lord's already marching in the bottom side. Still a 4K gold lead held in by EVOS as they're looking for the siege from the mid lane. Already gets that turret. We'll see what else they can get. Can they get an inhibitor this time?
Let's see if they can. It's going to be tough still. ONIC have a lot of frontliners. Seal. Looking for a play with the Astral Echo, enhancing the hitboxes. A good shot down, but will still be cleared out. They dealt a lot of damage though to these base turrets, half in the bottom lane and a little bit in the mid lane.
I mean, for now, the poke damage from Clockun, it's definitely relevant, but he only has the Necklace of Durance and a Lightning Truncheon. It's a great option, especially against these fighters who do want to regenerate most of their HP. And look at the positioning, man. The backline is just so far back. They are not taking any chances at all.
How do they maneuver around this?
Ooh.
That damage is starting to hurt now for ONIC. And like you mentioned earlier on, Divine Glaive already secured in by Brand. So on top of the Holy Crystal, already with the Divine Glaive, there's got to be a way for ONIC to take him down.
I guess they need to out-sustain them. They have Brave Smites, they have a Florin, but it's going to be tough, real tough, because even if ONIC build the match defense, right, it's still not going to be enough to hold down the Natan. And on top of that, it's not just the Natan, right? There's that physical damage from this Alpha. And it's going to do a lot. It's actually kind of, I mean, Alpha does true damage.
Exactly. So it's a great mix of damage actually coming in from EVOS. I don't think they can out-sustain. I feel like we're going to see something crazy like a 4-man flicker or something from ONIC. I think that's the only real way they can really get something decisive.
But if they want to go for that, they need proper setup, right? But the Novaria usually is able to deny that, either with vision or with just really good poke. Because let's say 5v5 team fight during the Lord exchange. Novaria opens up the map, figures out where ONIC setups are, and then they get out-traded in terms of poke like this. And then ONIC can't go in for that all-in because they're already too low to commit to a team fight.
And it's almost unfortunate for ONIC that they have the Florin in the hands of Keyboy, because what they need right now is a Keyboy-esque play to try and get the backline. Lupido getting shredded.
Yeah, Keyboy too. Now 2-man, I'm offended in the back. Sounds goes for the flight. Brad's gonna be locked down, and there you go. They found Brad's in the midst of the team fight. Kyrie looking to shred them down. Annabelle gonna be chased down as Kyrie goes back to the gun form. Now guns them down under the turret. Now the light can bounce. It's Kyrie with the triple kill.
Is he back? Is it safe to say that he's back? He doesn't get Fluffy, doesn't get that Maniac in, but he does get the job done. 4 members taken out from the side of EVOS Glory on the back foot of that play, that decisive shotgun play. And here it is, ONIC going to be able to get that Lord away, taking it away from EVOS Glory.
It was going so well for EVOS, man. But you lose Brand, you lose the fight. That's the rule they're playing with right now. And Sans just strolled in from the side, out of nowhere.
Man, yeah.
I thought he was going to go for something crazy, a big flicker. He just walks in from the side, and the rest of the team were able to take the attention away from EVO so well. With the Lord coming in right now, this is the win condition for ONIC. When Brands walks up to clear the Lord, you're gonna jump on him, and that's usually how it plays out. That's how you want to usually end the game with this composition.
Albert nearly gets a pick there. But there it was, the fun fact in coming through by GoPay.
First Arlet gold lane that we've seen in MPL Indonesia Scene 3rd. I think in all the MPL IDs.
Yep, the last time it was seen was by Chiku guys from Todak in MSC 2023. But that's Lord taken off the board here. You can see that EVOS Glory were able to defend it. They have to lose a mid turret though. And ONIC, they're slowly creeping back. They're slowly building their gold lead again. 1K. The question is, can they replicate that success in the opposite side, right? Because when it comes down to defense, EVOS Glory, they have Natan. It's going to be so much more difficult for them to pick off Brands if they go for a team fight.
Back when this meta was really in full swing, the issue with this composition is actually ending the game. Now against a Natan and a Novaria
And the next board.
it's even harder, even more difficult. That's why I thought ONIC was going to try and push the tempo, trying to go for it a bit more, but now Fluffy gets stunned up.
The final slash used up. And Sans again with the creativity, creating a bit more space for the team, isolating this back line. The creativity of this man in the mid lane, Sans, man, has really been able to enable this Roger to execute.
It's just so good. ONIC knows that the front to back, again, there's no way they'll win a front to back. So they keep going for these setups where the main front line, the main body of the group is in front, but there's always someone in the wings. And it's either, I think it's either Lutpi or Sans. Someone that can go for a huge amount of burst damage, or someone that can just go for a huge card control to start off the team fight. But if you look at the items, Brand is sitting on a full item build with a Winter this time. So the pickoff won't be as easy to execute for ONIC.
Sans is so, I don't want to say the chefin word, but I'll say courageous with his build, right? I mean, he's going full damage, but he's that brave to go into the front line, make the play happen when he could just easily get picked off.
And it's going to be Albert who will be picked off. A lot of resources used up though. That's 4 ultimates for EVOS Glory. Good timing by EVOS though. Still, 40 seconds on the death timers for Albert. Lord up in 3.
With a man disadvantage, EVOS will try and go for it. Now Bronze is still exposed on the bottom side though. I feel like ONIC might see that and try and attempt something, but the control over the Lord Pit. This is what EVOS have always been kind of well known for. ONIC, they're keeping Sans on the side, almost behind them, but Bronze goes for it though.
An attempt, an assassination attempt from Brands and Clockun. The final shot will not connect, but Brands has used the entropy. Might be an opening. Penalty zone onto the back. Brands using the Purify. Sans! Again! Finds the angle! And it's going to be the retreat from Annabelle to still keep EVOS in this game. Kyrie jumping in the front onto Dreams, who loses the immortality. Going to scratch on the Fluffy and give it a Lycan pounce. Now gets Slash Insanity to the ground. Fluffy still trying to kite back. Sans again with a splash of damage, dealing with the immortality of Fluffy.
What is he on, actually? Like, that was...
That's Sans.
What in the world was that? Sans making it happen. Okay, granted that ONIC weren't able to secure it, but there it goes again.
The Battle of Astral echoes. Clockun spotted. Sans as well, but Sans is back to full HP.
It's a group effort from ONIC, man. The fact that they were able to burn the Purify and allow Sans to find a window of opportunity is getting low though.
A bit too risky, the winner truncheon. Can they save him? The bloom comes in. Sans will get blown up by Fluffy. A bit too much that he went for there, and EVOS Glory look to capitalize A charge down in the bottom lane. One more swing of that trident to take the base turret down. And EVOS Glory will be looking for more.
They'll be taking a fight without Sans. This is 28 seconds here with minion waves that EVOS can try to go for an end. Will they try and risk it? Will they go for it, or will they go for the more calculated play?
Final slash, Dreams brought back to the team. I'm offended, dodged away from his Albert. Is still in the front, tanking a whole lot. The healing grants some safety. There's a photo proc earlier. Not a wave in the mid lane. Still there, cleared out by Kyrie. Looking to play it slow as they can. EVOS Glory have gotten 3 base turrets. They'll be happy with that.
Wow. Is what? Keyboy Holy Crystal?
He's trying to go for even more healing. His spells do scale with magical power, so that is a valid build. But what a game we're having right here, man. ONIC hanging on, despite the fact that it's a 20-minute game. They've passed that early mid-game fighter power spike so long ago, and yet through execution, they're able to stay relevant in this game. But without base towers available, you have to wonder if it's only a matter of time.
That's the thing, right? Because that's what we were talking about. We were talking about the composition that EVOS have brought and the risky nature of what ONIC has brought. And the fact that we're already in the 20th minute of the game is a big deal right now. But if we take a look at the damage dealt, Sans #1, despite the damage coming through from Brands as well, he's number 5 on the charts. Can you imagine?
Number 5 on the charts. You would expect him to be somewhere else right there. But hey, again, at this point, he's already farmed up and he's still going to be the main guy. In a way, it's almost good that they went with Brands here because there's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders here. Again, if he gets taken out, that's ONIC basically winning a fight. So I think EVOS can play this slow, but they still have to worry about ONIC doing those sneaky maneuvers, man. They can't keep falling for them.
I think they're sniffing it out, right? Because we saw Plocken throw a meteor into the bush. They're afraid of Sans. He's usually the one to be able to find that opening, to find that groundbreaking play. And they're sniffing for him right now. He does show on the map. And so, do EVOS want to just punch the gas here?
Yeah, they do. They have the mini waves. They might have to come down to this. ONIC needs to tip for the fight. 3-man. Brands with entropy backwards. Now it's retreat battle. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Kai! Walks back. Lippy loses the immortality. That's not I'm offended. He steals it away. Now entropy to be used up. And Brands buys the immortality as well. No entropy to be used up. ONIC in the midst of it all. Brands taken down. And ONIC look to collapse into the enemy side of the map. Albert all alone shot down, but they have won the gamble. Sans with another splash. Fluffy has the immortality. ONIC decide to disengage. How have they done it?
It's a 2-0 trade in for ONIC, but unfortunately they couldn't push the gas further and have to wait for this Lord push because of the minion waves that were pushing into their base. They're buying some time for themselves, but this is ONIC on the offense this time around. Can they do it?
20 seconds without Brands. Without Brands, you don't win the fights. ONIC noticed, and they are just scrambling to try and get something. Without base turrets, there's just so much more that ONIC can do. 8-second window right here. If they can get pickoff even, that can be even better for ONIC.
There's a charge down up top. EVOS Glory still have that wave clear potential with the Navaria, and Brands now spawning back in, but Fluffy gets pushed back into enemy lines with the final slash, loses the Faraga armor, but is able to defend. Sans in the midst of it all, jumps in onto Dreams. He gets out, and my goodness! What a game!
He gets out! I'm still so gobsmacked with how Sans is able to perform this way on the Valentina. He has absolutely no defense items, right? Other than the Immortal? It's all damage, right?
He bought the Immortality while he was in Last Insanity.
That's
insanity.
That's insanity. Okay, sorry.
Oh my god. Gila Sans.
Bottom line, Gila Sans. But I think EVOS at this point, they're just, racking their brains. How do we deal with this? Whenever ONIC, what they're doing right now, because they can't go for a flank or a pickoff, they're just swarming over Brands. And with Brands not having any gap closing tools to really escape from the situation, ONIC just stand on top of Brands and say, we can take some damage. If Brands isn't there, the mid lane isn't really doing quote-unquote DPS, right? His Clockwind on the Novaria is doing burst damage on quite the significant cooldown. So they only have to be worried about Fluffy and Annabelle's damage, and with the front lines they have, they can absolutely do that. They're brute forcing the take onto Brands.
Which is why they went in for the Florin, right? To give them a little bit more sustainability when they want to go for these commits. I mean, let's say Keyboy was on a earth-shattering hero. Do you think they can find the same success in the team fights?
I think if Keyboy was on a playmaking hero, an engager, they would approach the fights differently for sure. Looking at hang on a minute, the in-game equipment and the gold difference as well though. Wow, for ONIC, it's pretty, you can see a pretty, what do you call it, like deliberate allocation of gold here. They know who they want the gold, whose pockets they want the golds to flow to. Now with the Lord available though, EVOS once again trying to go for this Lord, and if they get it, they can very possibly end.
EVOS definitely have an advantage though, right? Because of that bottom lane. The far lane with no inhibitor turret on ONIC, it is going to push in favor of EVOS, and we can already see it. It looks like Albert is trying to manipulate that wave. And it looks like they've opted to go for a reset. Annabelle's still in the vicinity though, and the clock is ticking. It's the calm before the storm now from ONIC.
They're going to play it slow, but honestly, we have to give props to Lutpi as well, this rookie. That initiation, right after the call, he got a 3-man penalty zone. And he got Brands there. That was the reason ONIC were able to collapse on him.
I think he's been doing really well right here. Knowing his role in this game as well, he's not merely just standing around doing what seems to be the case. He seems to be planning out his positioning and his movement. That is what you need to do against a composition like this. But now Sans just struggling to clear fast enough. Fight breaks out though.
Chunk, that Faraga armor, Keyboy. Out of range, Sans is still dealing with the minion waves here. ONIC. What did this? EVOS Glory reset the Lord. And now it's an all-out battle, and I'm offended by Dreams to catch Kyrie. Lutpi with the penalty zone, not able to connect. Now Flicker defensively, back Fluffy though, chasing down with the last insanity. As Sans goes in and the final slash connects again, and it's going to be Brands who's locked down there in the midst of it all. He does buy the immortality in time, but that's about it. Sans takes him out of the land of Dawn. Now his Dreams was running for his life. Annabelle going to be stunned down. Albert looking for the reset on the Vengeance. Kyrie back to the Lycan form. Sans recalling to clear out the wave in the bottom lane as Fluffy pops in the last insanity. One last play from EVOS Glory. It's a flicker backwards, and that means ONIC have a man's advantage to go for the Lord.
Here it is, the Dreams already opening up the map. Do they want to go for a contest? They've relied on the retribution from Annabelle before. Will they do it again? It looks like he's still clearing that top lane. No, they're not going to go for it. They actually still might. Dreams.
3-man, I'm offended. Onto the Lord knockup, but now it's going to be Sans with the last insanity to the back once again. Onto Dreams, pulls him up. Annabelle, very, very low. And Annabelle will be slain by Sans. Fluffy is next on the chopping block, and it's Keyboy who gets it. Lord won't be an option right now. ONIC, do they want to go for the end? No, they just want to deal with the waves first.
I mean, Brands 10 seconds in. Should they not go in for the Lord? Can they not do it? Can't they send one member instead?
They'll do it now. No jungle.
I think it's a great choice for them to manage the waves first in order to eliminate the possibility of EVOS going for a sneaky play. They know that even though Brands is available, there is no way they're going to be fighting without Annabelle, without Fluffy, the main frontline tools for EVOS to be able to even check the bushes. It's going to be a free Lord taken by ONIC.
Only one shot at stealing this. It's Clockwind. Shoots the Astral Spear, and it is too early. ONIC will claim the Lord. Evolve 28th minute.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a number 2 and number 9 team going against one another. If you think that it should and would have been one-sided, we are entering the 29th minute in this particular game. No clear winner just yet. But what we do know is now ONIC is holding on to that gold lead. But at this point, does it really matter? The Lord is already marching in the top lane. And it looks like this might be the final push from ONIC if EVOS cannot defend. But again, they have the high ground. They have so much clear potential. They have Brands, they have Klokken. Again, if Sands, if Lutfi can't find an opening, we might look at a reset.
Look at the wave manipulation for ONIC though. They know that EVOS has the clear. They're trying to make sure that everything crashes at once. If they can just allow the Lord to just hit the base, the crystal of EVOS, and just deny Brands by deterring him with all the damage they have at their disposal, that could be a way for them to secure the victory. Brands makes his move with the entropy though.
They're looking to siege down in the mid lane right now with the bottom wave also crashing down to the turret, but they are not able to touch it. EVOS Glory defend like it's nothing. No siege potential for this comp. They've built enough waves, but it was still not enough. Up against this wave clear, they have a second chance though. At a siege with another minion wave in the mid lane spawning in. Kyrie looking for it. Lutfi with the penalty zone. And Zong on them away. Son, he plays the immortality! Just in time flickers out as well! And that has bought enough space for ONIC to take the base turret in the mid lane. Lutfi, very low. Has to respect the damage. Wow!
I thought the siege was over. But Sans, how does this man do it? He has gone for the flanks, the assassinations, and now he distracted Brands long enough that ONIC has claimed yet another base turret. Unfortunately for them, the base turret on the far side of the map is still standing, but man, both teams right now just squeezing every single competitive edge they have in this game.
It's jungler mechanics in the mid lane. Those last minute item swaps, those last minute item purchases have been impeccable and immense to the success that ONIC have been able to get so far. A 12k, 13k gold lead still.
13k, wow.
What is this game?
The 13k that honestly doesn't even like play a crazy factor anymore, right?
No.
Not anymore, no.
31 minutes. Is this the longest game?
We'll have to recheck on that. Maybe production can help us with a lower third. Dreams though. Oh, there's an attempt right now. ONIC have dealt with the wave up top. It is slow pushing towards EVOS Glory. And now they're going for clear in the mid lane. Bottom lane though, still clearing, slow pushing back to ONIC.
And how good is that healing coming in from Keyboy on the Florin though? All these fighters, it takes so much for EVOS to really chunk anyone down, and afterwards, it's very easily healed up by the Florin. That is definitely something that's so frustrating, especially for Klokken, who knows that every single bit of poke damage he can output right now.